All right, let's do this.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Hello! Welcome to COVID Cooking, episode 73.
5011.
Yeah, 5011. All right. Welcome to COVID Cooking, a very special COVID Cooking, just like every other week where it's a very special COVID Cooking,
Yes.
because you're joining us, and that makes it extra special.
And we don't have COVID.
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to say that on camera. I caught myself. We're good. It's okay. Tonight, we are going to be making grits, seared scallops, creamed spinach, and top that with a little bit of house-made chorizo as well. Today we are cooking in the kitchen of the Bell and James restaurant, soon to be
Jufaro.
Oh, look at these amazing ingredients we have sitting here for Jufaro, like Manischewitz. All right, this is the wine of my people.
Yeah.
It's not really. This is like a stereotype. We don't actually drink this, but we're gonna be making some nice jam out of this.
It's really a sleep aid, honestly. If you drink a nice glass of this, child, you're going to bed.
Hashtag Manischewitz.
Okay.
We've also got some Tet flour, premium gluten-free vegan, because we're gonna be making some injera up at Jufaro. All right, and of course we got our curing salt, that bright pink stuff that looks like bath salts, because we are brining and curing all of our own meats for Jufaro, which is going to have an amazing lunch menu, sandwich menu for lunch. Phil was just in the kitchen. Our executive chef, Phil Zimmer, was putting that together, but he just ran away when he found out we were cooking. Turn this off, even
Yeah, it's
though...
loud boots. I can't even hear myself.
All right, turn the light on, fan off. Good. Okay, so we are going to get started first by lighting. Of course not, because that would be too easy. What is that torch tray?
Okay.
So restaurant kitchens have this fun little thing where they work some of the time.
Yes.
So we gotta relight our stovetop every now and again. We're gonna light that one. Let's light that one. I should probably turn the gas on first. There you go.
Yeah.
All
Our
right.
whole situation is held together by prayer.
All right, so we've got our pot that's heating up. Now in your kit, you should have 2 cups of lobster stock.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Phil made this one for you guys as well, because Phil's a beast. So Phil made this beautiful lobster stock. If you're one of the lucky ones, you'll still find some lobster shell in it.
But listen, if you're allergic to seafood and things like this, you can make it with vegetable stock, you can make it with beef, pork, chicken, any kind of stock. Vegetable stock, I mean, but you know, hey, if you're a vegetarian, you can have tofu.
It's still better than cooking with water.
Time out one
Right,
second.
never cook
If
with
you
water.
are one of the lucky ones who got the actual pieces of lobster in there, if you got shells, take them out. You're not going to want that in your grits. Back to what Trey was saying.
That's just for a little extra flavor.
Right, if you're making grits, unless you're gonna put sugar in them, don't cook with water. Unless you want your food to taste like water, you always want to use a stock or a broth or something like that. That's how you get the flavors in there.
Same goes for rice and any other grain that you're cooking. Don't do it in water. That's just boring.
Right.
You don't want to be boring like me. You want to be fun and exciting like Trey. Now,
You said it.
while that's going, we're going to take one of our little butter packets, hopefully, drop that into our other pan that we just turned on.
Because butter makes it better, baby.
Butter, butter. All right, we're going to let that go for just a second. We're going to wait for our lobster stock to start boiling. Now that our butter is starting to melt, okay, and we're going to add the little pellet of diced onion that we gave you guys.
Bam.
All right, so we got butter.
Yeah. You want
Diced
the whole to
onion.
get nice and translucent.
Little bit of salt,
You can shake it, that'll move
a
it.
little bit of
Right.
pepper. You're angling it the wrong way. They got to feed on the camera. There you
You
go.
want the butter to go everywhere, you know.
All right, so butter, onion, salt, pepper.
Flavors of life. Flavors of life.
Yeah.
All right,
This
we're
is
gonna
the part in cooking where you start smelling stuff and people really start thinking that you know what you're doing.
But really, it's just onions and butter.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You ever walk into a restaurant, you're like, it smells amazing in here. They're really just cooking garlic and onions.
Chef's secret.
Doesn't mean anything else. So we're gonna let that cook until it's like translucent. So that's gonna be about a minute or 2 on medium high heat. Once it starts to cook, we're gonna add half of our little diced garlic that we gave you guys today.
You don't want to add that first because the garlic will burn and then you won't get the flavors you're looking for.
Different flavor, and it's not one you want.
Burnt garlic is
All right.
gross.
Add a little bit of garlic
Watch
in there,
your hand, no, it's hot right there.
because we're really cooking, so be careful. All right, the rest of that garlic we're gonna save and use that on our grits.
Okay, so we only use half the garlic.
Only use half the garlic. All right. Now we're gonna turn that down just for a second. Whoops. As you can see, our lobster stock is starting to
Little wobble.
little simmer. It's about to come to a rolling boil in just a second. So as that happens, the ratio on grits to grits to lobster or grits to stock is going to be 4 to 1. So we've given you guys 2 cups of lobster stock to a half cup of grits. We're going to add that in right now as that starts to get to that boiling point.
Now listen, with grits, you want to keep on stirring, baby. If you don't stir them when you first pour them in there, you're going to have little grit balls. Okay, and that's not the move.
Or grit balls. Alright. We're going to give that a quick stir.
Yeah.
As Trey said, we don't want it to clump up. Alright.
Somebody said, oops, garlic gone. It's okay. If you used all of your garlic there,
right.
don't worry about it.
Still going to be delicious.
Still will be delicious.
Still going to be delicious. Don't worry. Now, while that's going, we're going to let that cook into the grits for a little bit. We're going to add a sprinkle of salt and pepper. Alright. Now remember, your stock is already seasoned, so don't go too crazy. That pan automatically kicks back on when it gets too hot in this kitchen.
So
Okay, now
salt,
listen, here's the secret about grits. Okay, when they get to boiling all crazy like that and stuff, if grits splash on you, baby, you're not going to get it all. So you want to turn it down. You don't want it to get the splashing all over you. It's like hot cheese. It'll pull your skin off.
Alright, now, we're going to get back, while that's boiling, we're going to get our spinach going. We're going to do our creamed spinach right here. I'm going to let Trey handle creamed spinach because that's his recipe.
But I'm going to keep stirring these grits too, baby. Because
Are you going to do grits and spinach at the same time?
Oh man, we are skilled. It's almost like we run restaurants and cook more than one thing at a time.
If you're at home with these grits now, you can turn them all the way on low. If you have a lid to your pan, you can put the lid on there too. That'll take, that'll give it a little bit more time to just work while you're making your creamed spinach.
Alright, Trey, you want to jump on the spinach while I keep stirring these grits. Because this is a date night activity. I got this pan right here for you.
Oh, alright.
This is a date night activity.
Listen, with your creamed spinach, you can take a handful of spinach, but spinach will cook down like a food, Chad. You see this big ham right here? It look like a whole lot right. Just put that in there.
But Trey, that pan looks too small for all the spinach.
I know it looks too small, but this spinach is gonna give up all this little water, you know? And once it give up all the water, it's gonna shrink down into a manageable. You'll see it in a second.
Now what I like to do on these is I'll cover it and let it steam for just a second.
I mean, yeah, you can do that, but you know, it's all in how you do it. I just like to keep it moving because that garlic and that onion is down there getting a little crispy.
Maybe we should add a little bit more butter. That's why we gave everybody an extra thing of butter.
Yes, you should always add a little. Go ahead, throw it in there. Boom.
Alright, so at this point we're adding more butter.
And we're gonna turn Miss Grit down because she is really over there
she's
doing
really boiling.
We can't.
the most. We're gonna turn it down.
When you turn it down,
We're gonna pretend we turned it down.
Yeah. So you see how that spinach is giving up all the water. You see how the pan getting a little bit moist and things.
Alright, so in this pan we have what? We started with some butter.
We started with butter, then we put the onions until they got translucent, and then we added in the garlic until it started to get fragrant and translucent, and then we put the spinach in on top of it.
Alright, cool.
So that's, once the spinach starts to cook down like that, you can add more spinach if you're at home. But since it's just us cooking right now, we're gonna add heavy cream into it. Alright, just wants to show you that he can flip the pan.
Because Trey's doing all the cooking the last 2 weeks, so like they need to know I'm
You
still,
feel left out.
I'm still
Add
capable.
a little heavy cream in there.
Now about half of what we gave you guys.
So half of the heavy cream that we gave you guys put into your spinach.
Yes. Move it
That
around.
looks good. I have not had dinner yet. I haven't even had lunch yet.
Oh,
I'm
you didn't
eating
have
full.
what Trey was eating earlier?
I did
Trey,
not.
what'd you get dinner from
If
tonight?
you're I went to Fiftyleven Pub.
Penny Lane Pub. Hope you guys are watching.
Yes.
They're not.
Support
You guys, it's 2021. I can see.
Yeah, cheese. So now we're gonna add a white cheese in here. I normally like to do this with Swiss. You can do it with mozzarella. You can do it with Chihuahua.
Before we add that, we're only going to add about a quarter of the cheese we gave you guys, okay?
Right.
Because we're gonna use the rest for the grits. That is
Speaking
starting
of,
to
check
look
back
good.
on your grits, give them a quick stir.
Also, it doesn't take long for this to come together. Once your cheese is melted, you're pretty much creamed spinach, okay?
And that lobster stock has given these grits a beautiful color.
We add salt, pepper. Anything else we're adding in there, Trey?
Huh?
So anything else you want to add in there?
Well, that pan was as hot as the fire as a Mordor, so I turned her off, okay? We can add a little bit more cream in here, and then a little salt and pepper to taste.
Oh my god, that is so cheesy.
Yes.
What, the Mordor comment?
No, like, cheesy in the best way ever. Look at that. That looks delicious. A little bit of salt.
Okay, a little bit of salt up in there. A little
taste.
bit of pepper.
Beautiful.
Okay, and she is done. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Creamed
all right,
spinach.
that's
So
what's
Check.
she's gonna chill over there.
Let her chill over there.
All right, what's the deal with these grits, Ari?
Grits are still going. They're going to need just another moment.
Okay.
In the meantime, we're going to pull forward our pan, our other little pan that we're going to cook our chorizo in.
Okay.
Now, we make our own chorizo here.
What's chorizo?
No one thought that
Chorizo.
joke? Doesn't even like
Yeah,
that?
this is-
I thought I wanted to talk about that.
It's okay. What's
Sure.
chorizo?
Chorizo is a Mexican sausage. It is normally made with pork, 100% pork. Has nice.
It's a Spanish sausage tray.
Okay, sorry. Spanish. What we normally use is a Mexican. But yes, it is a Spanish sausage. It is normally flavored with what? You got the chili oil.
Like
you
every
got-
spice
yes.
you have in your cabinet, and then a couple more spices you don't already own.
Typically, it's a little bit on the salty and just a little spicy, but it's really good.
It's got a little tang to it too because there's vinegar.
Yup.
Yes.
All right, so we made this for you guys. We're just gonna pop that in our pan, let that saute
Yum.
for a minute. Probably should have gotten another set of tongs up in here. All right, we put a splash of oil. I probably should have said that. All right, we're gonna let that cook. Remember, it is ground pork, so we do want to make sure it's all the way cooked through.
Right. No halfway cooked pork. Somebody said thank you for the correction for chorizo. Don't worry, I got all the corrections.
You got something, Trey?
That's how we work together.
Nars our fact checker. All right, we're gonna break that up
quality
because
control.
we're looking for crumbles. You can do this as a whole sausage. You can do it as like patty size. The way we're gonna serve it tonight, we want to break it up, treat it like ground pork.
It is hot in here, y'all.
That's a
Right?
fire there.
All right, we're gonna let that cook. We're gonna turn that down just a little bit.
Look at that sizzling.
We have someone coming to repair our stove tonight, so that we can actually cook at different temperatures by tomorrow.
Right.
Extra high is not your preferred temp.
Depends what we're cooking. All right, we're gonna let that continue to sizzle as we check our grits. All
If
right.
you don't have a tray in your kitchen helping you, get you one, child. Get you one. You need a tray.
All right, so we got the grits are going.
I'm gonna check that for consistency and flavor.
With not a spoon, but also get creative. We're not judging.
That's really good.
Just
All right,
grab whatever you
that is about 2/3 cooked at this point.
2/3 cooked.
It
Heard.
should still have a little bit of that grittiness. If you taste it now, you get that really nice lobster flavor.
You can add more liquid into your grits. So if you find that your grits are a little bit dry and they're still kind of like gritty, while they are called grits, you don't want them to be gritty. You can add more liquid into it and keep it going.
What's the consistency we're looking for? What's the perfect grit consistency?
Well, while Trey is explaining that, we're gonna add the rest of our cheese in there.
Okay.
You want it to be nice and smooth. Technically, the process of adding liquid in and continuing to cook and adding liquid in is called risotto. So you want to cook your grit in the key of risotto. That's how you get the most flavor in it.
Now you'll note our nice dark hue to these grits. That's because we use that deep lobster stock. If you were to do this with a lighter stock, like a chicken stock, this would come out much, much lighter in color.
We are not skimping on the cheese today, you guys.
No.
No, we don't ever do that. We don't ever skimp on the cheese. Not ever. You don't skimp on garlic. You don't skimp on cheese.
Right.
All right, we're gonna add some butter to it. Everything is better with butter.
Right.
True.
You don't skip on the butter in my house, okay?
We're gonna add a little salt and pepper. Before you do that, I recommend you taste it, see how you like it. Boop. We're gonna mix that together again. That butter's gonna give it a nice, clean shine and sheen. Bring it all together. I'm gonna add a little more butter. Looks like our chorizo's about done too.
Yeah. And here's the little
Stand
secret:
over
if
here.
you smoke cigarettes at home, usually you're a little less sensitive to salt. So typically you put more in. So if you smoke cigarettes, just put less salt than you feel like you should put in.
Nobody smokes cigarettes anymore, Trey. They're very out of style.
I'm just saying, hey, you know,
Is it
it's
the same for
Virginia.
vaping? All right, so this should be just about done on this side. Now, while that's happening, our chorizo's done.
Yeah, she's done.
Where's that torch?
Stop banging things around.
This is the kitchen trick. If you have one of these old gas ranges, you just spark it by slamming it down.
And then it doesn't work, so then you have to light
Or
it.
you just singe off your arms. It's cool. It's great. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be
Everything is
amazing.
that. Nobody needs arm hair anyways.
I mean, arm hair's for losers, right? We're going clean shape. All right, now, while that is going, we're gonna heat up a little bit of oil in the bottom of that pan, get that pan nice and hot. And we're gonna pull out our scallops. Now, you might notice your scallops have a little bit of white stuff on it, okay? What we've done here is we use a dry scallop, which means that when it's on the boat, when it's caught and harvested, they do not add any brines or chemicals to hold it over, so it comes a little bit dry and it has a little bit of a fishy flavor. So what we do is we brine it in milk for 6 to 24 hours to take out some of that fishiness. Now, we're gonna season these.
And you'll know it's gonna take out the fishiness because, child, you're gonna smell it when you open that container.
All right.
So for those at home who are buying scallops at the grocery store, do you suggest?
Yes, I definitely suggest a dry scallop. It's a less processed product.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do an even sprinkle on salt and pepper.
What kind of scallops are these? Are these bay or sea scallops?
These are sea scallops. Bay scallops are the little bitty ones. All right.
So B comes first and then C comes later. C's bigger than
What
the
kind
B.
of milk do you suggest that they?
I do mine in
Brine them
whole
in.
milk, but you can do it in heavy cream. You can do it with whatever milk you have sitting at home.
Also, at home, if you want a nice sear on your scallops, pat them dry. If you have paper towel or cheesecloth or just something that's super absorbent that won't leave residue on your scallops, pat them dry so you get a nice good sear. The problem a lot of times that you'll have with scallops if they're wet is that they will steam rather than saute.
And that's kind of the rule of thumb with all fish, right?
Yeah,
Always.
you want to pat her dry and get the oil screaming hot so you get a nice sear on the outside and a good cook on the inside.
Now, what I was trying to get at a minute ago was you always sprinkle your seasonings from about 8 to 10 inches above it, and that'll sprinkle it evenly. I learned that a long time ago. I used to work in places where the cooks would season like this. You'll notice all the salt is right in the center of my hand. If you season from higher up, then it spreads evenly over the dish. That's how we get evenly seasoned dish.
Salt bag.
Salt bay on. Rude. No respect.
Alright, now our grits. Look at that, nice creamy grits now. We got plenty of cheese in there, plenty of butter in there, plenty of flavor. Alright, we got our
Scallops are
salads
nice.
getting a nice hard sear. Salads. Lost our tongs again. I'm gonna slide out of camera view and get the tongs.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Okay, so I'm just over here watching the scallops right now. You see, they look like they're,
Scallop.
Like scallops.
Scallopy.
Alright, scalloping.
Scallopicious.
Yes. You asked for cooking. Alright, look at that beautiful sear on those scallops, okay? We're gonna flip those. Now you don't want them to overcook. Alright, scallops get rubbery like all other seafood. You cook them for too long.
Yeah, let me tell you about some overcooked scallops I had
Don't
one day.
talk to them about overcooked scallops. Don't throw me under that bus. Okay? Just because I don't know how to cook doesn't mean anything. Alright, now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start plating while those scallops finish. Okay? So we're gonna get that out of the way. Alright, we're gonna start with our grits. Might want a spoon for this, but I didn't grab one, so we're just gonna right down the center here.
Improv.
We're semi-pro, we promise. Get those grits right down the center of the plate. Straighten them out just a touch. Trey, you want to go scallops then spinach? You want to go spinach then scallops?
Spinach and then scallops.
Okay. I'm turning off the scallops right now, and I'm letting them stay in the hot pan for just another second while Trey is grabbing that spinach. All right, we'll bring the spinach over here. All right, we're going to spin the spinach so that we can get better control of it.
Yes, that's a nice little bed for the scallops.
A little bit more. You're going to need a little bit more of that.
Yes.
All right. Spin it a little bit. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, man.
How many calories do you think there's in this dish?
I'll tell you. Hold on.
That's a curse word.
Think about all the calories.
Calories are a
You can
curse
have
word.
one of them. All right, now we're pulling our scallops. All right, wiggle them just a touch in case they stick. Pop them right on top there. Oh, one chorizo goes last. Boom.
So if you ordered a meal kit for 2, we intended for each person to have 3 scallops per. If you ordered a meal kit for 1, eat all the scallops, they're yours. Congrats, you don't have to share.
All right, now we got a sprinkle of our little chorizo. A little bit right on top.
Yes,
All right, give that some flavor. Again, this has pork, so you can do it with or without, in case you don't want it. And then, because we're a restaurant, we got to garnish, you know. You know how it goes. So we'll just do a wee little bit of micro greens. And
Bam.
always wipe your plates, because nobody wants prints on their plate. Da-da-da.
Beautiful.
Oh yeah, we brought some cilantro. We gave you guys a little cilantro to garnish.
So you can use that in place of the microgreens because we're fancy, you know.
And then a little sprinkle of the cotija cheese, which is a sprinkly white cheese, similar to like a Parmesan.
Yes.
Oh, that looks so good, and it
Boom.
smells so good.
This smells good.
Now
too.
remember guys, next week, Wednesday night, Wednesday day, the Grand Soft Silent Quiet opening.
Wait, isn't it the 26th?
Is it the 26th?
The 27th. The 27th. Trey, your birthday's
I
on
know.
Tuesday. We've done this at that. Oh, Trey just wanted to say his birthday was on.
Send gifts.
Hey, Ari, you got a little something.
Was it my birthday last week? That's what I got? Thank
No,
you. Appreciate
no.
that, guys. So, next week, Wednesday, we open Jufro, our Jewish African fusion concept.
Yes.
It'll be open for 2 months. We're going to be here at 700 East Main.
We'll be doing lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner.
Lunch will be like a Jewish deli with African flavors. Dinner will be like an African dinner with Jewish flavors. Experience all that we have for you. It's going to be small plates, so I want you to share with whoever you bring so you can try as many things as possible. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be amazing.
We're so excited.
So good.
So hyped.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll be here. Oh, no, I'm trying to. No, forget it. Leave that right there. That is literally my dinner.
Oh,
Thanks, guys. Bye.
all the components are good, guys. You're going to be good together. Nara will tell you later.
All right, make your reservations. How do they make reservations for Jufro?
For right now, for reservations for Jufro, info at soultacorva.com. A little bit later on this week, the website will be live, and then we will have a link for reservations.
You can also order for pickup through our website, or you can order on DoorDash as well.
Or you can just
for
DM
delivery.
any one of us that you know, and we'll tell you all of these things all over again.
Right.
He's just trying to get more people to slide into his DMs.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you for watching.
Scallops.
All right, see you guys next week,
Bye,
7
y'all.
o'clock. Bye.
You want that last scallop? I already ripped it in half.